Travis Knight will start up front. O'Neal in the middle, and Rice at the small forward. In the backcourt, it's Bryant and Harper. So Bryant's now playing the 2. He had been the small forward or the 3 spot earlier in the year. And some people would say that Kurt Rambis is hurt defensively at 2 positions because of that. Kobe might have been a better defender at the 3 than at the 2. And of course, Rice is not known as a great defender now as the small forward, but perhaps the best pure shooter in the league. The rookie out of Georgia Tech, Matt Harping, gets a start. In the absence of Bo Outlaw, Horace Grant, whose scoring, shooting percentage, and rebounding numbers have all fallen, and Ike Austin in the middle. Anderson is their leading scorer at 17-5. 4-time All-Star Penny Hardaway will run the point for Chuck Daly, Hall of Fame coach, voted in 1996 when they selected the 50 greatest players in league history as one of the 10 greatest coaches. Coach of the original Dream Team in '92. Dennis Rodman's coach when they won 2 titles, the Bad Boys team in Detroit.
Bob, a couple keys, I think, as we start this game. First of all, Orlando 12-1 at home. One of the reasons is because of their defense. They're number 2 in steals at over 10 a game. Number 2 in forced turnovers at almost 19. That's going to be critical today. And for the Lakers, when they shoot the ball well, 45% or better, they're 13-3. Let's keep our eye on those 2 things.
The officials are Bruce Alexander, Terry Durham, and Danny Crawford. Every time Shaquille O'Neal touches the ball this afternoon, you'll hear boos and jeering from this crowd. They have not forgotten. They have not forgiven. The tip to the Lakers. It isn't just that Shaq left. It's some of the things he's said since departing, including this week. Here's Rice, open, missing the game's first shot. Nick Anderson to the front court, guarded by Bryant.
Now, Nick Anderson is their best post-up player, so Bryant's going to have to do a good job on him post-defense.
Penny. Rice almost lost the rebound. Knight saved it. Harper at age 37 doing a great job at the point. Here's Shaq. Deals it back out to Rice. Shaq working on Austin, Harping with the double team, and Shaq scores.
You can hear the boos in the background, Bob, but what you don't, when you go down to double team him, Harping has got to get his body in there, not let him split him. He was able to step right through the double team.
Hardaway penetrating, then dealing outside for the jumper by Austin. You know, Chuck Daly says, yes, he gives us more of a post presence than we've had since the departure of Shaq, but really the best part of his game is the 12 to 15-foot jumper. Shaq with the double team from Grant. Harping's on Rice, 4 seconds to shoot. Bryant gets it away before the buzzer and hits.
You can see the Magic's game plan right now. They're having Horace Grant double team as soon as that ball goes into the post. So the Lakers, if they'll move the ball, will get some open shots.
Austin up top to Grant. Out of the corner, Anderson. He hits the 3. He's their leader in that department. And last year, on the Lakers' lone visit to this arena, Anderson had 30 points, including the game-winning 3 in the last 10 seconds.
Well, that's his 64th make of the year, second in the league.
Kobe misses the off-balance jumper. Harping takes the rebound. Anderson again. This one doesn't draw iron. Bryant got back ahead of the field, and Harper found it.
Well, long shots are long rebounds, and you've got to get back. Normally, you see the Magic much better with their transition defense. But, Bob, to follow up on your point about the Magic, all their big guys can shoot, which causes a problem for the Lakers. Shaq must cover Austin right there.
This time, Ike misses the open jumper, but Harpering hustling gets the rebound, and Grant misses long. The rebound to Shaq. 4th in the league in that category, behind Chris Webber, Tim Duncan, and the Nets' Jason Williams. Rice banks it home.
He is such a smooth player. What a great shooting stroke. When he puts the ball on the floor and gets in there and has that medium range game, it takes a lot of pressure off him just shooting threes.
Harpering, quick jumper off the catch and shoot, and he brings the Magic to within 1. Harpering's a kid who was once told he wasn't good enough to play in the ACC. That's what Bobby Cremins told him. Cremins later changed his mind. Here's Rice on the drive. Shaq gives them a fresh 24. Harper. He's hitting 44% of his threes, but missed that one. Nick Anderson. It spills off. Harpering's follow's no good. Second try also won't drop. Now Grant. Shaq muscling up. It drops and he'll come to the line. Now he leads the league in field goal percentage at 58. But now he'll shoot a foul shot, and he's one of the worst at 56%.
Well, if you're going to foul him, you don't want to let him get the basket. And you see Shaq's numbers on the season, but Shaq is so powerful in there, and he catches that ball. Once he gets it in the paint, it's almost too late. If you don't get him off that lane area, he's going to score about 70% of the time, or at least get the foul.
He's second in the league in scoring, 27 a game. Allen Iverson at 29-2 is the league leader for Philadelphia, and head-to-head Friday in a 76er win over the Lakers. Iverson had 41, and Shaq was held to 23.
Bob, that last flurry on the offensive boards was symptomatic of what the Lakers have gone through here in the last 4 games.
Off the Hardaway miss, O'Neal takes the rebound. The two of them were supposed to be the next Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for years and years here in Orlando. Penny and Shaq. Here is Shaq, juggles, recovers, muscles up, and will come to the free throw line.
But the Lakers have a problem. It has been their rebounding, as we see Shaq getting fouled once again in the one flurry where you see Nick Anderson on the drive, misses it. Travis Knight really the only one in the picture. Harpering misses a couple tips, and then Horace Grant finally gets the stick back. You see no Lakers really in the picture yet. Two guys standing at half court. You've got to get back down the floor.
And they're all over Shaq as he steps to the line. When he first headed for LA, he referred to Orlando as a small, dried-up little pond. Now, this is the 10th anniversary of the Magic franchise, and they've been honoring some of their past players who've gone to other teams when they come back through town. But Shaq said they can keep their awards. I'm a Laker now. He also said of this building, I built that arena, and of Orlando, I built that city. Although the Disney family might beg to differ. He missed them both, much to the delight of the crowd at the arena. Penny working on Kobe. Knight over on the double. They throw it into the backcourt, and it will belong to the Lakers.
See, Matt Harpering that time tried to dive through, and he's got to keep his spacing on the double team. You've got to stretch that defense out and move the ball. And he and Penny just miscommunicated on that possession.
But Harpering has shown a lot of hustle filling in so far for Bo Outlaw. He's got 6 rebounds already, 4 on the offensive glass.
Now, he's a tough kid now, Bob. I watched him at Georgia Tech, and he had great years when he was down there with Marbury and Drew Barry. When he was a star on his own, he struggled.
Harper from Rice. Now Shaq draws a crowd, tries to pass out of the double, and they lose it. Michael Doliak just out onto the floor, replacing Ike Austin, who sits with 2 fouls, recovered the loose ball. Doliak, the rookie out of Utah. Horace Grant connects off the baseline.
See, that's Horace game right there, that 15-foot spot-up jump shot. That's when he was with the Chicago Bulls, what he gave them as a big guy. Chuck Daly loves big men who can shoot.
And a whistle before the shot will sort out the foul when we come back to Orlando after this. Like many coaches, especially veteran coaches, Chuck Daly isn't wild about giving rookies a whole lot of minutes, but he's got 2 on the floor right now in Doliak and Harpering. In fact, they had 2 first-round choices. Doliak was taken with the 12th pick overall, and Harpering with the 15th. Travis Knight picks up his first foul.
Excuse me, Bob. The 3rd pick was Keon Clark, and they used him in a trade to get rid of some money so they could sign Ike Austin. So they used those 3 picks very wisely.
Magic by 1. Shaq cuts Hardaway off. Harpering misses long. Doliak chases it down. Doliak from Anderson. Misses from the head of the key, and Rice is there for the rebound. The pass deflected, and Harpering comes away with it. A lot of energy in this building right now. An illegal defense is called on the Lakers.
The Magic know to win, they've got to force turnovers. You see, Harper, ever alert, gets his hand in the passing lane, gives his team another possession. An illegal defense. Next one will be a technical.
Grant drives by Knight, and then Shaq fouls him. And the crowd exults as the foul is called on Shaq. Meanwhile, you can log on to NBA.com, where breaking news and inside info is only a mouse click away. Video highlights, real-time scores and stats, live radio broadcasts of every NBA game. NBA.com, your ultimate online resource for all things NBA. First of two, good for Grant.
Of course, Grant is a very good free throw shooter, shooting almost 80% this year.
Magic by 3 as Grant makes them both. Anderson on Bryant. The floater won't go. Shaq follows and scores.
You know how strong that man is. With his forearm, he just took and put it in Doliak's back, and he buckled, and he just laid the ball in the basket. That was just a powerful move by Shaquille.
And Doliak is listed at 262. This isn't a twink now. Nice pass from Hardaway to Doliak. And Penny rebounds. Didn't work the first time, but it does the second. Assist Hardaway, basket Doliak.
See, they invert their offense, Bob. They bring their big guys out. They post their guards. It causes a real problem defensively for big people. They don't like to guard on the perimeter.
Shaq with a fadeaway. Well, if you can make him take that shot, you're satisfied. That time he hit it.
Absolutely. You're out of the paint. You're not laying the ball in the basket. You're forcing him to make a move and make a shot. That was good defense. That's just better offense.
Shaq has scored 8. Doliak's open. Harper back the other way. And hits on the drive against the defensive Anderson.
Doliak is very upset right now. He's missed 3 open jump shots. They're getting Shaq involved in every pick and roll possible, and letting him roll out to look for that jump shot.
Anderson trying to muscle into the lane against Rice, who fouled him. Number 1 on Glenn.
Bob, now watch this offensive rebound here. Now watch his right arm here as he takes this, and watch this, just a little nudge. And Doliak said, what hit me anyway, as he lays the ball in the basket. And here he's out of the lane. Nice job. You pushed him off the post, and he spins, and he shoots that little fading jump shot.
Meanwhile, Doliak is upset because the way he can help with Ike Austin on the bench is to hit the wide open jumper, which they're virtually conceding to him, and he hasn't done it. Daryl Armstrong has entered the game for the Magic, perhaps the best 6th man in the league to this point in the season.
He has so much energy, he makes coffee nervous, Bob.
Anderson with a miss. Bryant trying to get back ahead of the pack, but Grant broke it up. Now Kobe spinning. And an offensive foul as he runs into Armstrong. Armstrong, despite the fact that he's just 6'1" and might weigh around 175 pounds, has taken half of all the charges that the Magic have taken as a team this year.
He is always going to be around the ball. He's one of those guys, if you turn and spin, he's running in behind you.
Now he penetrates, deals to Doliak, and this time, Doliak finds the bottom of the net.
See, you got to contain Armstrong, because the minute he gets in the lane, Shaq steps up. Doliak is shooting wide open 15-foot shots. He's got to keep shooting it.
Rice, you don't have to tell him to shoot. Grant rebounds his miss. Armstrong pushes it up the floor. Anderson open for 3. A whistle off the rebound battle, and it's on the Lakers. It's number 2 on Travis Knight.
Well, you can help a team in so many ways. Daryl Armstrong, he's in the post. He sees Kobe. He gets himself in position. He takes the charge. And the next time down the floor, he's going to get his team 2 points. He breaks down the defense. Shaq steps over. Doliak gets his feet underneath him and knocks in the 15-footer.
And now Dennis Rodman makes his first appearance, replacing Knight. They were 9-0 with him before he departed for 4 games. Without diminishing his importance, he was very important to them, but 3 of those 9 wins were against the Clippers, and 6 of the 9 games were at home. So it's likely they would have won 6 or 7 of them anyway.
I think that's a good point, Bob.
Derek Fisher now at the point, giving Harper a rest. Inside 3 minutes to play, and Kobe Bryant has it spin out. Shaq out-battles Doliak. The ball knocked away and out of bounds, touched last by the Magic. Laker ball when we come back. They trail the Magic by 3.
Acknowledged it. He said he will contest it. He thinks it's unfair, but he has lost $3 million. Now he'll be playing for about $12,500 a game, which is pretty low for the NBA. And according to Rodman, the Lakers must find his money situation very sympathetic, because according to Rodman before the game, he said the Lakers only fined him $300 for his entire absence. Bob?
Boy, that ought to teach him a lesson. Lakers climb to within 1 at 19-18. Shaq in double figures with 10 after hitting on the hook.
Okay, this is the air mic and air IFP.
Here's Armstrong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Of all non-starters in the NBA, Daryl Armstrong leads in points, assists, and steals.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Interrupt is fine.
Rodman.
Reach on the backups.
The rare basket for Dennis.
Well, that's something you don't want to do, is give Rodman a layup. The rotations on the backside of the defense, they're very poor by the Magic.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Less than 2.
Fisher hounding Daryl Armstrong. And it's another illegal defense call against the Lakers. That's their second.
Now, Horace Grant is the live man defensively, so he's going down to double team, and you can see nobody back there to pick up Dennis Rodman. That's where your backside has got to be able to be rotating. Either a guard or somebody has to get back there and play and sort of zone up that backside you can do out of a double team.
Daryl Armstrong converts the technical. You know, you just look down this Magic roster. They sound like they should be tough. Daryl Armstrong, B.J. Armstrong, Derek Strong, and even Bo Outlaw. When those guys walk into a saloon, you don't mess with them. Penny.
That's something Finney's really struggled with this year. He's been very inconsistent with his shooting, and Bob, I think a lot of it is he's still not back 100% with his legs, and he missed a lot last year, and with the lockout, still a little rusty.
Doliak trying to contend with Shaq. Jumper over it. A dozen for Shaq, quieting the hostile crowd, at least for the moment. Grant driving, left hand. Rice the rebound. Shaq got back. How about that for running the floor for a big man?
Well, there's no question that Shaquille O'Neal has got the whole package, Bob. And when he wants to, he's as fast as any big man in the league. And you see him changing into the floor, and right now he's been the one weapon that has kept the Lakers in this game right now.
Armstrong on the drive. Scoops it up and in. Magic back in front by 2. Fisher into the lane. Tried the up and under. He was surrounded by defenders. Here comes Armstrong. Hardaway on the wing for 3. Over the backboard. Laker ball. Here's what Shaq has done to this point with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 7 of 8 from the field.
But Bob, we've seen this before in games where he's come out and spent so much in that first quarter that he's run out of gas late in the game. His 4 highest scoring games this year for the Lakers have all been losses.
In fact, his stats in the victories in which he's participated have all been lower, points and rebounds.
Magic, number 33, Derek.
I think a lot of things with that, you know, sometimes you can read into that, but sometimes there's blowouts and you don't play as many minutes. But what you've seen is in games with big games with the Magic like this in Utah and Indiana, he really tries to come out and punish you early in the game with his scoring.
To back up your point, he scored just 19 in 2 back-to-back victories against the Clippers, and obviously could have scored a lot more, but the games were blowouts. Bryant, tough fadeaway. Off the back iron. Doliak saves it into Armstrong. 7 seconds to get off a shot. Here's Penny. Deals it back to Armstrong for 3. Wow, what a conclusion to the first quarter for the Magic. 1.1 on the clock. Fisher has to heave it at the buzzer. This building didn't need energizing, but Daryl Armstrong has come in and ratcheted it up just a little bit more. In 4 minutes, he shot 3 for 3 and scored 8 points.
Shaquille O'Neal off to a great start, 14.7 rebounds. You see 7 of 8 field goals, and he's done it by getting what we call those paint touches, where he gets his feet in the paint. Harpering that time with a soft double team that he splits. You see where his feet are in that lane once again. The three-point play opportunity, the offensive rebound, the little bump, and the layup. And then the speed of the big man on the fast break and the dunk. And the shot chart really says it all for Shaquille O'Neal. 8 attempts, 7 field goals, and you see 6 of them in the paint.
Now as the second quarter begins, Shaq is on the bench for a brief breather. Bryant is the only starter out there. Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, Dennis Rodman, Sean Rooks on the floor with Kobe as the second period begins. Doliak from Armstrong. Now he's beginning to find his touch.
How about the rookie, though? He misses really 3 of his first 5 shots, but he doesn't stop shooting. He keeps shooting the ball. The team believes in him. They want him to take that shot.
Bryant splits the defense. And it rattles out for him.
You see Rodman and Harpering, you already saw him at it a little bit. Now Harpering is a kid that will compete and not back down. And off the ball there, little action we got to keep our eye on. But watch Harpering here as he tries to block out Rodman. Gets his arm up. Rodman doesn't like it. You see a little extracurricular there, Bob, early in this game.
Armstrong to Doliak again. This one's long. Strong with the strong rebound. And now Doliak.
Second shots kill you in this game. They just break down your defense. That's 2 times now Doliak scored on offensive rebound putbacks on passes from his teammates.
The Magic by 9 with Shaq on the bench. Rooks. He was fouled.
Foul number 51, Michael Doliak.
Derek Strong just muscles Rodman out of the play and then finds his teammate. Michael Doliak going to the basket, shows good hands there. Fox got a piece of that. Doliak has been big in this game today, and they're really counting on him, especially with all the screen rolls that they're going to throw at Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers.
The foul was Doliak's first. Rooks hits the first. Next on NBC, the final round of the Bay Hill Invitational. Davis Love III and Tim Herron are tied for the lead after 3 rounds. The final round of the Bay Hill coming up next on NBC. Doug, you and I could head over there. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, we could really be exposed over on that golf course.
Well, I don't think they'd let us pick up the sticks. And I don't think Dick Enberg's letting us near the microphone, so we'd just be spectators. Which is just as well on both counts. Armstrong fouled by Rodman. This Daryl Armstrong is an amazing story. He's played in the CBA, the U.S. Basketball League, the Global Basketball League, couple of stops in Europe. For a while, he worked at the Dixie Yarn Mill in Gastonia, North Carolina, for $250 a week.
And his boyhood hero was Mark Mosley, the great field goal kicker of Washington. This guy was a field goal kicker, and during the lockout, if it wasn't settled, he talked about maybe trying to go kick field goals. So his football is his favorite sport.
He kicks them straight on like Mosley did.
That was
last
his
of the
hero.
straight on kickers.
Absolutely.
A 10-point Orlando lead. Kobe traveled. Nick Anderson is checked back in for the Magic. Things going their way right now.
We see already turnovers are a problem. That's 5 turnovers for the Lakers, only 1 for the Magic. So we talked about that being one of the keys in today's game. That gives you more possessions.
Mike Austin. Operating on Rooks. When he saw Shaq wasn't in the lineup, his eyes got wider.
You see, that's a good call. What Chuck Daly's done early in the game, he says, I'm going to play Austin against Rooks, let him post, and I'll play Doliak against Shaq and let him shoot the ball. That's an excellent move.
You know this as Fisher deals out to Fox, who hits the two-point basket. Among his many attributes, Chuck Daly is known as a great in-game strategist, chess player, with substitutions and matchups. And the way he's using Doliak and Austin is an example of that. Ike again against Rooks. A little shake move on the baseline, and Rooks fouled him. We'll step away with 9:34 to play in the half. It's Orlando by 10.
And Nick Anderson are a combined 2 for 9. So their bench keeping them afloat right now, Bob.
Here's the lob from Penny from Austin. Nice assist from the center to Penny.
As a coach, you draw that up out of a timeout. You see the overplay, you come out. Great execution again by the Magic.
Fox, catch and shoot. An unintentional bank.
Boy, he's really been streaky with his shooting this year. He's had one stretch where he was 14 of 26 from the three-point line. He's had two different stretches where he's been 1 for 33. He's vital to make shots.
So's Anderson for Orlando. It rattles in and out. Austin.
Foul number 73.
There was a foul on Rodman before the shot.
Here's Penny Hardaway, okay? You come out of a timeout. You come out of a timeout, and you see the overplay, and you see the guy, and you lock and lob, and you walk him off the lane, and you get that little flip to the basket, a little alley-oop, and Penny does the rest. So that's a good call based upon post-defense and the reaction to it.
Hardaway, Austin gets it back and slams it home.
I tell you, the Laker defense right now is embarrassing. It's so porous. The Magic are doing whatever they want to do out on the floor. Kurt Rambis has to be unbelievably disappointed in his team right now in their execution.
Shaq and a whistle. That's the first thing Rambis said to us yesterday before practice. We have no defensive intensity. And that, he said, cannot be explained solely by Rodman's absence. What stops anybody else from stepping up and showing some heart on defense?
Well, I tell you what it does. It's attitude and it's mentality. The Lakers are built to score points. They're thinking about, we're going to score and we're going to beat you that way. You win championships playing defense, trusting and commitment to your teammate. They do not have that right now, and the clock is ticking.
The foul on Austin was his third. He has to go out again. Doliak back in. This is Ruben Patterson on the floor for the first time for the Lakers. Rookie out of Cincinnati. Wild shot. Rodman retrieves it and cleans up the mess. If Ruben Patterson is looking to get more minutes, doing something like that immediately is not the best course of action.
Well, he's going to get him by getting down here and playing defense against Penny Hardaway. That's how he's going to get his minutes.
Armstrong shoots an air ball. Rodman goes flying into the photographers, bumping with Doliak. No foul is called. Touch last by the Lakers. Magic ball with 9 seconds to shoot. Strong. Patterson trying to save it. Anderson steals it. Contact, but they let it go. Here's Patterson, again stampeding into the lane for a wild shot. Ahead of the field, Hardaway. His third slam in the last 90 seconds.
Nobody protects the backcourt. Somebody goes to the basket. You can't let the guy get behind you.
Fisher spinning, looking for a timeout, and finally they take it. It's the Magic by a dozen. As the Lakers put it back in play, Derek Harper is back on the floor to try to restore some order. Shaq, Rodman, Harper, a bomb of a three because the shot clock was about to sound and it's way off. They've got Rodman, Shaq, Patterson, Fox, and Harper. Strong with another offensive rebound and the dish to Doliak.
Derek Strong is manhandling Dennis Rodman, so Dennis Rodman is here right now in body, but not in spirit. I've seen him give up more offensive rebounds today than in a long time in any game he's played.
Shaq, double 6 on the shot clock. Shaq into the lane for the hook. And the tip is there for Patterson.
See, Ruben Patterson is an energy player. He's a defender. He's a guy that goes to the boards, gets out on the break, makes things happen energy-wise. That's what he does best on the glass there. So they're going back to the screen roll. Doleac in the game. Shaq's got to show. Armstrong's got to do a better job of setting him up to make Shaq show, and then he'll get the jump shot right there at the top.
There it is. You called it. Doleac hit it. Shaq at the other end. Can't answer. Hardaway tips it to Doleac, and there's a foul on Penny. That's his second.
Bob, let's watch Rodman here. You just don't see the spirit. You don't see the elan with which he plays the game. You see that time Derek Strong gets inside him, just muscles it, hands the ball off to Doleac now for the layup. You know, Dennis Rodman, if he's going to be a part of this team, has got to be in it emotionally. That's the way he has to play.
He sits down. 1 rebound in 9 minutes. He did hit a couple of field goals. Kobe. Hardaway reaching in for the steal and then saves it along the sideline.
You know, we have not said hardly anything at all today about Kobe Bryant and Glenn Rice. These are 2 all-star caliber players. It's been sort of the Shaq show and everybody else watching today. That's going to get them in trouble at the end.
The Lakers have 7 turnovers to Orlando's 2. Armstrong for 3.
We've always talked about the Achilles heel of the Lakers is their screen roll defense, and you can see the Orlando Magic exploiting it in every way today.
The Magic by 17. Shaq spins by Doleac.
Well, you see the quickness of Shaquille O'Neal right there. Just left Michael Doleac standing.
16 for Shaq.
See, now Shaq is playing Derek Strong, so see if he comes over in the screen roll.
Anderson, off-balance shot against the defensive Rice is no good, and Robert Horry has the rebound. Kobe, Patterson, make it Rice with the miss. Rice has scored only 2 points. Armstrong. Strong hits the reverse. Armstrong, Strong. They're strong-arming Rambus and the Lakers up by 17. And the Lakers ask for a 20-second timeout. It'll take more than 20 seconds to unravel what's wrong with this team right now. 2 Sundays ago, in a game televised on NBC, the Magic were up 20 against the Heat in Miami. Couldn't hold it. Here they're at home and up by 17. Clock ticking down toward 4 minutes to play in the first half. 3 on the shot clock. Bryant misses over Anderson, and Hardaway takes it back the other way. Anderson blocked by Bryant on a great defensive move as he chased the play down. Doleac got in front of Shaq to steal it. Looked for the outlet, but decided against it. Underneath for Strong, batted away by Horry.
Bob, remember we had the Lakers 2 weeks ago in Utah, and the trade was being so much was talked about, do you do the trade or don't you? And I was very outspoken. I felt like the Lakers should not do the trade. I thought that that team that they had could win it.
On the inbound, Shaq fouls Strong.
And I think right now you're seeing a totally disjointed team. You know, Dennis Rodman can say whatever he wants to say, but leaving this team was a major blow to this team, especially right after they had signed Glenn Rice. Those guys have played 8 minutes together going into today. And this right now is a totally dispirited Laker team. Somebody's got to pull them together.
The foul was O'Neal's second. Tonight, you can stay with NBC for an action movie double feature. First at 7, 6 Central, Wesley Snipes and Elizabeth Hurley star in Passenger 57. Then at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, Steven Seagal stars in Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. That's tonight on NBC. Horry chases down the miss. The Lakers, meanwhile, under siege in a sense themselves, down by 18. And Steven Seagal's not coming to the rescue. Neither is Shaq on this possession. Armstrong finds Hardaway.
It's a layup drill, Bob. I mean, it's like, let me get out on the floor, and maybe I can get a layup or a dunk. Lakers putting up no contesting at all right now.
It's a 20-point game. Doliak knocked it away again as they tried to get it to Shaq. Cross-court Armstrong thinks about a three. Harper gets up on it. On the shot clock as Hardaway backs away. Gets a screen from Doliak. 3 seconds to shoot. He forces it. He was fouled as he split Horry and Bryant. And all Rambis can do is shake his head. The foul was on Kobe, his second.
Well, Michael Doliak is playing like a star today. He gets the ball out to Daryl Armstrong, who looks ahead, and Penny Hardaway again with the powerful finish. And right now, Orlando is running the Lakers out of the arena, and Doliak is very happy with his play. You see him raise his hands, say, yep, that was good, Penny.
Penny to the free throw line. Here's a guy who only a few years ago was averaging 22 points a game, and that's with Shaq as a teammate. Now he's around 15, and his shooting percentage has fallen precipitously, but he's able to contribute in other ways. He's a great rebounder for a guard. His assist total remains high. He's had games this year when playing significant minutes where he scored 0, 2, 4, and 7 points, but they've managed to win because of the combination of factors they have going for them as a team. Bryant into the lane, lays it off to Shaq, and it squirts out of his hands. Now Horry can't control it, and back comes Orlando, leading by 22. Armstrong just bats it to Hardaway. Strong for the jumper. A 24-point.
How about the ball movement? How about the ball movement? I think 4 guys touched it on that possession, and eventually Strong with the little open jump shot. Lakers trying to do it alone. The Magic are doing it as a team, and they're up 24 points. Make it 22 now with the jumper.
Harper's basket ends a 9-0 Orlando run.
See, with this group that's on the team, on the floor right now, Bob, Penny Hardaway's playing as a small forward. That's really his best position. When you see him vault into the stats again, he's going to play that position more than point guard.
Doliak from Armstrong. Since Armstrong came into the game, the Magic are plus 23 overall on the Lakers with him in the lineup. Now Hardaway knocks it away, but Harper regains it, and Horry is all alone underneath. Michael Doliak has 16 points in this first half. He's already tied his season high, and this is rookie year.
You know, something about Doliak and Harper, too, that I hope young guys are listening. These guys stayed in college 4 years. You think that doesn't make a difference to how well they're doing right now?
How well did they run that with Armstrong spotting Strong?
The screen roll again, they just pick them apart, no weak side. This has got to rip Kurt Rambis' heart out right now, because this is not the way he played the game. It's not the way he coaches it.
Horry missed the layup. Shaq up in the crowd, and he was fouled. And as Shaq goes to the line, we go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Bob, you had mentioned something earlier that the Magic they're celebrating their 10th anniversary this season, and they honor the alumni as they pass back through the city. Now, there had been some things written in the paper about Shaq saying that he didn't want the award, he didn't want the plaque, but as it turned out, they made this presentation before the game. So it was a situation where if Shaq would have went out to get the plaque, it was a chance for him to be booed. And I think it was a class situation. Shaq said he would accept the award. And I think it was a class situation by the organization of the Orlando Magic that said that they would give him the plaque, but they'd give it to him after the game back in the locker room, and therefore they would have given it to their probably most famous alumni. Bob?
That from the most famous alumni of the Oregon Ducks, Ahmad Rashad. Horry chases down the miss. Shaq is now 0 for 5 at the free throw line. He scored 16 points, and he's got 7 rebounds, but 0 for 5 at the line. Out of the corner, Harper. The three-pointer makes it 63-42.
You think Chuck Daly would take a 16 Doliak 16 check washout in the first half? I don't think he counted on that, Bob.
And that doesn't even count what Ike Austin produced. Here's Bryant with the steal. Anderson racing back with him. Kobe lays it off for Shaq. Now gets it back. And a whistle underneath. Stopping the clock with 9 seconds to play in the first half. Next Sunday at noon Eastern, NBA Showtime tips off a full day from NBC Sports. Regional action follows. Most of you will see the Heat against the Magic. Some will see the Sonics and the Pistons. Others will see the Pacers in Boston. Larry Bird returning against the Celtics. That's followed by the final round of the Players' Championship, and then following golf at 6:30 Eastern, an East-West showdown. It's the Lakers against the Knicks from the Forum. I'm sure you've written all that down, folks. Now write this down on top of it. Tuesday night, Heat versus Jazz. You'll have to reach for the remote. That's on TNT at 8 Eastern time.
Well, the Jazz finishing up a East Coast road trip, and the Heat will be coming off the heels of an ejection by Alonzo Mourning last night in the game against Indiana that the Pacers won at Miami.
3 seconds to shoot. Strong from the head of the key. It rims out, but that's about the only thing that's gone wrong for the Magic in the first 24 minutes. They lead by 20. And Daryl Armstrong is among those chiefly responsible, putting in a serious bid to be named the NBA's 6th man of the year. In any NBA game, but especially one involving the generally low-scoring Magic, 63 is a startling total these days for a single half.
One other note, J.R. Reed, who we haven't seen, has a swollen left knee and he will not play. Jim?
All right, thanks, Ahmad. Well, Chuck Daly said he was sorry that there had to be a halftime. Things were going so well. He said the emotional part he told his team is in the first half. You must sustain it for 42 minutes. I said, what else did you say? He said, not much, Bob. I don't want to screw it up.
Jim, thanks very much. Well, you know how you'd feel if you were Chuck Daly. But put yourself in Kurt Rambis's shoes right now, Doug.
Well, what you want to do is you want to see some pride and energy and some competitiveness from your team, and you'll see real quickly in the first 6 or 7 minutes whether they have it or not.
Nick Anderson on the move, connecting. He did not have a big first half, but they didn't need their top scorer as they sprinted out to a 20-point lead.
Well, he's now 2 for 10 in the game, and they're winning by 22. How about that?
Rice misses his first shot of the second half. Grant with the rebound and Hardaway to the front court. A whistle as Harpering operates on the baseline. An offensive foul. It's on Ike Austin. That's his 4th. So we may see Doliak before long. Is on Bryant. Jumper over him is good.
You know, with big leads, as a coach, you always get nervous because teams have a tendency to, back off a little bit. They get a little bit content. They did it with their energy. They cannot lose their energy here in this quarter.
Hardaway's pass slapped away by Shaq into the hands of Harper. There's a foul, and it's an offensive foul as Harper collides with Hardaway.
Bob, you're right. Doliak is going to come in for Ike Austin. This really worked out well in the first half because Doliak rolled out, shot the ball. They did not defend the screen roll, and then Austin came back in and played against Rooks when the Lakers went to their bench and took Shaq out. Let's see if it plays itself out again here in this third quarter.
Harpering. Shaq on a switch. David Grant backing in on Travis Knight, who fouled him. You know, during the halftime segment, we heard Penny Hardaway talking about his relationship with Shaquille O'Neal. If they had stayed together on this Orlando team, would this have been a championship team? They did make it to the finals in '95 where they lost to the Rockets.
You know, Bob, I don't know, but I remember my first year in Detroit. We played them in the first round of the playoffs, and I thought that they did some things. They ran the score up on us a couple times, but more importantly, we had a game down here where they got a triple-double against us late. when it wasn't needed, when it was a blowout game. I thought they were a pretty arrogant team to be young. I'm not so sure that they would have ever been able to do it because things happened so quickly down here once they got Penny and Shaq together. That second year they were in the NBA Finals. I don't know.
That was the game where you refused a handshake and explanation afterwards. You were so steamed.
Yeah, I mean, they called a timeout so a guy could get a triple-double against us with like 6 seconds to go in the game, and they're beating us by 20. Got Donald Royal got a triple-double against us. So actually, it was Anthony Bowie, I think, is who it was. So
Shaq with 18 points. Well, Hardaway and Shaq were supposed to be the next Magic and Kareem. Marbury and Garnett in Minnesota were supposed to be the next Stockton and Malone. And the way things are in pro sports these days, you can't look much past today.
Bob, that is just such a great point. You see Kobe pull up and hit the shot, and you start thinking about what might be. And things are so fragile today, you got to take care of what is and let that other stuff all take care of itself. Guys move on to other things.
Meanwhile, the Doliak basket a moment ago gave him 18 points. He has equaled Shaq, and now he has exceeded him as he swishes that one.
See, now they're trying to defend it differently. They're trying to trap the pick and roll and rotate over with Travis Knight, and Doliak shoots it so deep on the floor that they can't get there soon enough.
Knight looking for Rice, but instead it's in the hands of Harper. This looms as a Laker embarrassment, not just a loss, an embarrassment. On the turnover, they'll get it back.
Lakers, number 5, Robert Horry.
Robert Horry peels off his warm-up jacket and checks in. He was a member of the Rockets when they beat the Magic in the finals, swept them 4 straight in '95. A team that had won 10 in a row, now in danger of losing for the 4th time in 5 games on this trip. Glenn Rice with a hand in his face, doing what he's done best throughout his career.
Now, I know Chuck Daly well enough to know that he's not going to let the Lakers get on any kind of run. So they've cut it now down to 17. If the Magic do not score here and the Lakers do, I wouldn't be surprised if he took a timeout.
Hardaway. Doliak from the top. Nice pass to Grant. He traveled, though, and it will be Laker ball.
Well, that was not good defense. That was just, they were just very fortunate that time because Horace Grant had a layup, and he saw Shaq at the last moment, and it caused a walking violation. But once again, had a wide-open shot underneath the basket.
Harper pulls up, and his 3 is short. Hardaway takes the rebound.
See, I don't like that shot in that possession. I think Derek Harper can get something better than that. That's too quick.
Hardaway told me yesterday his relationship with Shaq is civil but distant. A year ago at the All-Star game in New York, they found themselves on the same elevator. Grant from Hardaway. And Penny tried to greet Shaq, who blew him off, completely ignored him. Bryant at the other end hits the pull-up 3.
Well, you know what? What happens, Bob, in that situation? Penny was here, and he knew that when Shaq left, they had no chance to win a championship. And I'm sure his feelings were hurt, thinking that they were going to play together for a long time. Shaq made in the words of players now, a business decision and moved on.
Bryant got a hand on it. Grant came up with it, but eventually the Magic loses it. And here's Kobe on the move. Foul line jumper. And the Magic might be thinking timeout. They are. The biggest lead was 24. The halftime lead was 20. Now it's down to 14.
Kobe Bryant, you see, of his 14 points, 9 in this quarter, 4 of 4 from the field, and he's doing it in early offense. He comes up and he raises up and hits the 3, and then off the turnover, you're going to see sort of a half-court effort there by Penny. Chuck Daly did not like that as he saw the wide-open jump shot by, once again, Kobe Bryant. So he's got them back in this game. It's a 14-point game, and, you know, as a coach, you can always say, I told you so. Bob, when you get a big league at the NBA, you know that the other team is going to narrow the gap. That's just the way it is.
Grant screening for Hardaway. Horry comes over on a switch. Harpering. The rookie misses, and O'Neal is there boxing out Grant. Lakers trying to make a move here in the 3rd. And Bryant has been hot since the break. The lead is down to 12. Nick Anderson at the other end. Gets it back from Grant. Now Doliak. Shaquille rips the rebound away, and he in turn is fouled.
You know, it's interesting, but the Lakers really have gone to a defensive lineup right now. They've come in with Robert Horry, as we see once again. Kobe Bryant, that little medium-range jump shot. Now he's 5 for 5 in this quarter with 11 points. But Kurt Rambis says if we're going to get back in it, we're going to do it with our defense. So he's coming in with Ruben Patterson and taking Glenn Rice out of the game. So it looks like it's going to be Kobe and Shaq for the offense, and the other guys are going to pick up the D.
Bryant finding Patterson, who juggles it out of bounds. If this was tennis, you'd refer to that as an unforced error.
A little excited there that time. He wanted to do something with it before he caught it.
The Magic, meanwhile, who had only 3 turnovers in the entire first half, have 5 already in this third quarter. Less than 6 minutes in as the Lakers have made a move.
I've always felt that turnovers were really a reflection of your concentration. When you get careless, when you lose your concentration, most often your turnovers go up, and I think that's what happened here right now with the Magic.
The foul on Horry was his first. Anderson jumper over Kobe. It spills off, and Shaq claims it. They can cut it to 10 with a basket here. Shaq calling for the ball. Instead, it's Kobe. 10-point game.
See what's happened? Other people have gotten involved right now. It hasn't been, let's just run down the floor and drop it into Shaq. Everybody's involved right now. This is when the Lakers really are at their best.
Kobe is 6 for 6 in this quarter. Anderson. It comes up short. Out of bounds to Orlando. Chuck letting them know what play he wants them to run. What do you look for?
We're going to get big Penny off at the screen, and you're going to step Doliak back for a jump shot.
Exactly. Back to 12, Horry. Shaq bumps Grant off, and he'll be coming to the free throw line where he's 0 for 5 so far today.
Foul number 15.
And Kobe Bryant gives the pass here to Patterson, the no-look, and you see he gets excited, he drops it. But he lets him know, that's okay, you know, we're in the game, just guard your man, and I'll score the points. Just you guard your man, and Shaq and I'll score the points, and that's what's happening here in this quarter right now, Bob.
That's his first make from the line.
On the Magic, number 10, Daryl Armstrong.
Now to try to stem the tide, here comes Daryl Armstrong. They did much of their damage in the first half with Armstrong in. The rookie Harpering sits down.
See what it does also, too, it slides Penny down to a small forward. Again, Bob, you know, Chuck Daly said it best. He says, I think Penny has grown into a small forward. He's no longer really a point guard. So if Armstrong can play great, that really helps Penny.
So it's Armstrong at the point, Anderson at the 2, and Penny down to the 3 spot. And he misses it long. Bryant takes the rebound. They can cut it to single digits if they score here. Harper. They're within 7.
How quickly the leads go in the NBA. Teams start getting a feeling. They start doing it with their defense. You miss a few shots. Your shots start to go. And pretty soon what is a blowout now is Orlando's into a tight game. And Bob, you said it best. This happened against Miami now a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't even have Tim Hardaway.
With 4:38 to play in the third, it's already 73-66. In some games these days, that could be a final. Here's Penny slipping, regaining his footing. Doliak, who's been hot. 6 on the shot clock. Doliak in the lane. Has to arc it high as Shaq came out to bother him. And Penny comes away with the loose ball. Armstrong wants a 3 and has it.
I don't know whether that ball hit the rim or not. I think it did, but the shot clock went off. They did not reset the clock. If I'm Kurt Rambis, I'm questioning that right there. I think the ball did hit it, but they did not reset the shot clock, Bob.
Back to a 10-point lead. Harper cuts it to 7 again.
Shooting always cures a lot of ills, doesn't it? When that ball goes in the basket, it energizes you.
Less than a week ago, on a Daryl Armstrong steal of an inbound and a layup at the buzzer, Orlando beat Philadelphia 74-73. Doliak again off the baseline. Doliak now with 24 points.
That's going to be so vital. If they're going to be able to win this game today, that shot will be there, and right now he's banging it in every time.
Horry in the lane. Harper, another three. Good again. Oh, man, is he on fire. Talk about feeling it. Look at the expression on his face.
And look at the bounce in his step now defensively.
78-72. Armstrong slings it to Doliak. Driving on Shaq, who knocked it away, but into the hands of Grant. 5 seconds to shoot. Anderson off balance. Missed it badly. They've got a 2-on-1. Bryant's back. It's a 4-point game. The Lakers have now made 8 consecutive field goal attempts.
Again, I like what Rambis did. He went to a defensive team.
Doliak. Battling for the rebound, Horry and Grant. And it will be called on Horry and the Lakers. Forget about being embarrassed. The Lakers are now thinking about winning the game after being down by 24.
Well, we said it would happen early in the quarter, and it has. Harper's on fire with the 3. Kobe Bryant has been on fire. And then once again, the fast break. The Lakers now, with their defense, are getting some easy scores. Shaq with a great outlet pass ahead to Kobe Bryant.
Kobe 7 for 7 in the quarter. Harper 3 consecutive 3-point bombs. Rambis team suddenly alive. Jim, thanks. Rodman now for the first time in the second half. Checking in for the Lakers. Doliak from Armstrong. They swing it to the corner for Hardaway. Doliak almost lost it, finds Grant inside, and finally he's turned away.
Lakers have gone to a very small lineup now without Shaq, so they'll probably try to post maybe a Kobe Bryant with help. Look out for the 3 from Rice on the weak side.
Harper, who's been red hot. Kobe, who's been hotter still. 3 seconds to shoot. Rice has to. And the rebound is taken by Horace Grant. Here's Hardaway off the wing to the hoop.
That's what you got to do. Keep the attack on. And again, they did it with very good defense that last time down the floor. What Chuck Daly talked about. Good rotations, contested shot, layup on the other end.
Back up by 6 in a game that looms as a relative rarity these days in the NBA. Both winner and loser likely to be in triple digits. Kobe, his first miss since halftime. And the ball out of bounds to the Magic. Just this past Monday, Orlando won a 74-73 game. That's Derek Strong checking in against the Sixers, in which Orlando, in the course of winning the game, shot just 28%. It's only the second time since 1960 that a team has won an NBA game while shooting under 30%. Nothing like that here. The Lakers are around 55% for the game, and Orlando's right at 50. Doliak. Having the best game of his rookie season, but missed that one. Kobe to Rice, lost it, and Harper picks it up.
Kobe's got to be careful not to try to too much. Last 2 possessions, too big a hurdle.
Great feed from Hardaway to Strong.
See, when you dig yourself a hole, when you make a couple turnovers, that lead goes back to 8 or 10 real quickly. It's tough to play uphill, and that's what the Lakers are doing. They got to keep patient, take your time.
Hardaway has scored 14, but more importantly, he has 11 assists. Horry's 3 is off, and Hardaway lets it go out of bounds. Last 21 seconds of the third quarter. They can build it back to 10 with a basket here. Armstrong all the way across court to Penny. 2 seconds. Fade away. At the buzzer, the lead is back to double figures. Still, it was the Lakers' quarter. They cut a 20-point halftime deficit in half with 12 minutes left in regulation.
Ahmad Rashad back in Orlando while we were away. You see Robert Horry there, just a little bit upset. He was upset that one of the things they talked about at halftime was shot selection. He realizes that his shot selection right at the end of the half, right into the quarter, was not a good one. He threw up a brick, and he is very upset about it now. Bob?
Thanks, Ahmad. Horry, marginalized a bit the way things have developed in Los Angeles, has to cash in on the opportunities he gets. Took a bad shot the last time. As Ahmad explained, he scored just 2 points in the game. Fourth quarter begins. Derek Fisher in at the point. Gives it to Shaq, who immediately scores. Meanwhile, Harpering and Rodman were going at it. And Bruce Alexander, one of the officials, caught Rodman.
Remember, they went at it early. In the first half, we saw him get locked up off the ball. They're going to do it again once again underneath the basket. And Rodman, you see Harpering, he's going to fight him down to the finish. Rodman there throws the elbow.
And Rodman gets the technical. Daryl Armstrong will shoot it. The call was made by official Bruce Alexander, who, among other things, on his resume, was once Ahmad Rashad's high school basketball coach. And football coach, basketball and football.
He said Ahmad was the guy you really had to take off the ball in basketball because if he had it, no one else ever saw it.
He also said Ahmad wanted to be a quarterback, but he switched him to the backfield. Which was actually a smart move by Mr. Alexander. Hardaway tosses it out to Ike Austin, and Ike Austin drills the jumper.
The Lakers must defend the screen roll, and you see it right now. They're getting back into the game. That time Austin rolls out. We've seen Doliak all day. That play has killed them. Shaq has got to do better.
11-point lead for Orlando. Shaq, double team, muscles up, and scores. It isn't just today. If there's a glaring weakness besides free throw shooting in Shaq's game, it's his inability, or some say unwillingness, to defend screen roll.
I think he has the ability. I think he has the ability, Bob, to do that as we see the moving pick on Derek Strong. But you see what happens now. They're going to go to, this is going to be Austin. He's going to screen, and then he's going to roll out. And what happens is Shaq has got to jump out there and not allow penetration because now the rotation of Rodman is too slow to get there. You've got to trap that guard and not let him go anywhere with the basketball.
Fans screaming for Rodman to shoot it. He thinks better of it. Shaq with the hook, and he gets the roll. And Rodman just undercut Harpering, and Harpering is glaring at him and nodding his head. He may be a rookie, but he is not intimidated.
Not at all.
Hardaway guarded by Bryant. Penny spins to the baseline. Nice move, a nearly impossible shot. It doesn't go, but the tip does for Derek Strong, who's made a contribution.
He's made a big contribution, 13 points in the first half, and a timely tip in there.
Rice from Fisher.
See, the difference in Fisher and Harper is Harper will shoot that three, so in rotation, you've got to get to him. With Fisher, you've got to close down on him slower, make him shoot the jump shot, not let him penetrate.
Austin. Shake move and jumper over Shaq. Rebound to Rodman. We haven't said that often today. Only his second board of the afternoon. Kobe hits a pull-up three. And what do you know? This is a 4-point game. After a slow start, Kobe has 23.
You think confidence is not amazing in this game? He came out, hit his first couple of shots in the third quarter, and has been rolling since.
Derek Strong. The rebound to Rodman after Rice tipped it. Fisher with the lob to Kobe. Orlando, which led by 24 late in the second, by 20 at the half, now is up by a basket. Timeout Magic. 8:48 to play in the fourth.
It's been the Kobe Bryant highlight show. We've seen it everything from him. Comes down the floor, takes his time, the defense backs away. He says, you're going to give me the three, I'll take it. And then the next one is highlight reel material. Goes right to the basket. You see Derek Fisher with the eye contact, throw it anywhere in the vicinity, and you see the athletic ability of Kobe Bryant with a strong finish.
Which Laker team do you get? The one that won 10 in a row or the one that lost 3 of 4? The one from the first half of this game or the one from the second? Orlando with just a 2-point lead. Here's Armstrong. Giving it up to Hardaway. Backing in on Kobe. Fisher comes over, swiping at it. He gets rid of it to Austin, who hits from the top of the key.
If the big guys make shots the rest of the way for Orlando, I think they'll be able to win the basketball game. But now the Lakers are banking upon the fact that they're going to start missing some of those shots.
A combined 32 points, 24 for Doliak, 8 for Austin. O'Neal hits as he goes down along with Derek Strong. Now, in the second half, the Lakers have made 19 of 24 field goal attempts. Kobe is 9 for 10. Look at that, 79% in the half to this point.
That will get you back in the game real quickly.
I'll say. Kenny, up and under.
See, they're afraid to help now because the big guys are making shots. That time, Penny took advantage, got all the way to the basket for the layup.
Hardaway with 18 points and a dozen assists. Kobe. Quick turnaround. He continues to sizzle, 10 of 11 in this half.
Oh, he's oozing talent right now in this second half. We've seen the alley-oops, the three-pointers, the shake and bakes on the drive and the fast break.
Armstrong. Now the Lakers look to tie or take the lead with a 3. On the shot clock. Kobe feeling it. Tie game. LA has come all the way back from 24 down at one point and 20 down at the half. Derek Strong. Now Penny and Ike Austin. Lost it, but a whistle.
Official timeout.
There's a Laker foul, but here's how they've come back.
Well, Rodman is the playmaker. He finds Shaq. Kobe Bryant, once again, you see him in the low post. He's going to take his time, shoots the ball up over Derek Strong. And in moments ago, with the shot clock winding down, when you're feeling it, you take your time, you square up your defensive man, you step him back, you shoot the jump shot and say, you know what, we're back, it's tied.
Just as the timeout was called, look at the scene on the Laker bench. Ruben Patterson exulting in the comeback, but Kobe Bryant's been the guy. Very quiet first half, scorching second half.
Bob, did you notice, so basketball is a game of passion, and in the first half, the Lakers had none. Orlando had the energy, the passion. They have come out in the second half realizing they were getting embarrassed, and they have showed us what their capabilities are. Now let's see whether they can finish this off, the total comeback.
Foul a moment ago was Glenn Rice's second. Ike Austin hits the first free throw. The concluding round of the Bay Hill Invitational comes up after the ball game. Davis Love the third and Tim Herron were tied for the lead after 3 rounds. We'll go to Dick Enberg and company just down the road from here. There's the updated leaderboard. Herron is alone with the lead, but Love is only a shot back. Here's Rice. Little hook isn't there. Loose ball fought for, chased down by Fisher. Strong is on his back, and there's an Orlando foul, and it's Strong's third.
The Lakers much quicker to the ball than they were in the first half. Orlando was getting all those loose balls, running out, laying it up at the other end. Now the Lakers are contesting. They're fighting for those loose balls.
Strong out. Grant back in. Lakers down 1. Shaq. And knocked away by Armstrong. Like a gnat on an elephant. 6-1 against 7-1. He reached in and knocked it away.
Big possession here, Bob, for the Magic. The Lakers could have taken the lead. They cannot allow them to get in the lead if they want to win this game.
Armstrong collides with Fisher. Offensive foul.
Fisher sort of giving Daryl Armstrong a little here of his own medicine, moving his feet nicely, lowering his shoulder, getting the charge, getting his team the opportunity to once again take the lead.
The clock ticks down inside 6 minutes. Fisher out, Harper in. Kobe. Harper trying to deal with him. But nobody can. The basket plus the foul. I don't know anybody who could lock him up in this second half the way he has felt it.
Well, these guys are so good. Once you get it going like this, nobody can stop you. This is vintage, like Michael Jordan right here. Once he gets it cooking, it's like the old Western gun shooter, right? See my gun a little hot, a little smoke in there. I got to blow my fingers off there.
And he's not ready to put it back in the holster just yet. The Lakers have the lead. And Bryant can increase it from 1 to 2. He does as he completes the three-point play. Dr. J, who held Kobe Bryant in his lap when Kobe was a baby. The son of Joe Jellybean Bryant, the Doc's teammate on those 76er teams. Your teammate.
I was there.
In Philadelphia. Rooting for the Magic, but feeling some satisfaction over Bryant's performance. They're close. And there's Kobe climbing the ladder for the rebound. But he's on the end line, and Orlando will keep it.
See, I think you have to be very careful here if you're the Magic. They're going to some isolations with Austin against O'Neal. I think he can get that same shot off screen roll and be in better rhythm. Like right here, they're going to screen. Let's see if he can roll out and shoot the ball. There you go.
You called it, but he missed it. And Kobe, doing everything now, takes the rebound.
Don't forget about Glenn Rice. Now, this guy makes huge threes, and with Bryant going and Shaquille O'Neal now on the weak side, be aware of him.
Rodman with the screen, and Bryant with a hand in his face finally misses as his jumper comes up short. Armstrong pushes it back. Here's Penny, shaking on Kobe. Oh, what a hoop!
We're seeing great basketball here now. We're seeing all-star players make huge plays in a big game.
Tied at 96. Hardaway with 20. Shaq doubled. Looking for Rice. Armstrong knocked it away. Rice chases it to the backcourt. Here's Kobe. Harper open for three. By 3. Austin misses the shot, but was fouled by Rodman. His third. Austin to the line for 2.
Well, Kobe Bryant trying to play against Hardaway here. Penny Hardaway with that long stride and the left-hand flip. And then Kobe Bryant now is passing the ball. He draws all kinds of congestion, and he kicks out, and Harper knocks in the 3.
There's the Laker bench reacting after Harper's 5th three-pointer of this game. He has 19 points overall. Austin has one more coming and can bring the Magic to within 1 if he hits it. 4:07 remaining. Armstrong pounding Harper, who spins out of the backcourt. The bounce to Shaq. Austin fouled him, plus the basket. Chance for a three-point play.
So many weapons on this Laker team. This was all set up with a Glenn Rice screen on the ball. He rolls out to keep you busy, looking like he's going to shoot a 3. And really, it's a play designed to get Shaq the ball on the low post, which they execute perfectly, and Shaq gets the score against Austin. Couldn't even get back there and double team him. They had him so spaced out.
5th foul on Austin. Shaq misses the free throw. He has has 30 points.
Chuck Daly's going back to Doliak right now. He was doing a better job shooting the basketball than Austin.
And there's a whistle in front of the Laker bench.
Foul on number 12, Derek Harper.
Hold on Harper. Ball out of bounds to the Magic. Second foul on Derek. 3:35 left. A 28-point turnaround. The Magic now down by 4 after leading by 24.
Defense, though, is really taking the rhythm out of the Magic. Remember Bob how it was moving the basketball, boom, 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 and getting a shot. Now they're having to put the ball on the floor and create opportunities. Magic need to stop.
Rice thinking three. Has it.
Remember I told you, don't forget Glenn Rice. That guy is a big game shooter.
Have made 9 of 15 threes in this game. Doliak hammered by Shaq, who can't believe that there's a foul called on. That's 3 on Shaq.
Well, Horace Grant does a nice job off the screen roll, the good rotation. He puts it on the floor, kisses it off the glass to bring the Magic to within 2. But then once again, Derek Harper finding Glenn Rice at the top, the three-pointer, the beautiful release. The Lakers lead by 5 with 2:32 to go.
And you're watching the NBA on NBC. There you see the essential facts late in the 4th in Orlando.
Well, Bob, from par threes to raining threes, and that's what the Lakers have done here in the second half. Harper, and Rice. 9 of 15, 60%, and they've shot themselves back into this game.
Somebody's up to do the game is Michael Doliak.
See, they're a 32% shooting team from 3 on the season, 9 of 15. You put the ball in the basket, and you see the smiles.
2 big free throws now from Michael Doliak. He has 25 as he swishes that one. 2 former Magic players have really done a lot of damage against their old team today. Shaq with 30 and Derek Harper, who was on the Orlando roster last year, with 19. Armstrong battling Rodman for the rebound, but it's going to go to the Lakers. Still, that shows you the kind of energy and commitment that Armstrong brings to every minute he's on the floor.
I saw Terry Durham, and this is exactly what he said, the official about Armstrong. He said, Armstrong thought Rodman hit it, and he looked at him and said, you want a foul? Meaning, I'm just going to give him the ball out of bounds. There's not going to be a foul on the play.
Which is actually a good call at this stage of the game. Here is Shaq. And they foul him right away. Shaq has scored 30 points. He's made 14 of 19 from the field, and he has 13 rebounds today. But at the free throw line, he's 2 for 8. They're not over the limit yet. They will be soon enough, and Shaq will find himself at the free throw line, you can bet, before this game is over. Here's Kobe. Up, under, in.
What a show by Kobe Bryant in this second half. He has been spectacular.
34 points in this game.
He got 41 deposited on him by Iverson. He's returning the favor today on Friday night in Philly.
Anderson misses what could have been a huge 3. Rodman protects the rebound. 6 rebounds for Rodman. Coming up to a minute and a half to play. The clock, and who would have thought this, an ally for the Lakers. Bryant misses off the back iron. The Magic still have life. Armstrong pulls up, misses. Doliak gets a hand on it. It's out of bounds to the Lakers.
Bob, Jim Gray told us he heard Chuck Daly, and he said that the rest of the game, when Shaq touches the ball, they're going to foul him. So if I'm the Lakers, I don't go into Shaq right now. Allow Kobe, Glenn Rice, Harper to play with the ball rather than go in because it's going to be a foul shooting contest.
Rodman, another good guy to foul. Rice, that could finish it. This has been hard to believe. Hardaway is fouled.
This is what the Lakers are, though, Bob. This is a team that we talked about, loaded with all-stars. And we said about in the opening, all-stars do not win championships. You must play together as a team. In the second half, they have done that. Now, what they have to do if they win this game, Bob, they must build on this. This can't be a one-and-done thing. No more distractions, 23 games left. If we have any hopes of winning a championship, we got to go from here and play like this the rest of the way.
Well, they're in Dallas tomorrow night to complete the 6-game swing. Then they've got Phoenix, Sacramento, and the Knicks all at home in the next week. 22 for Penny. Shaq tried to get rid of it before they could foul him, but Anderson ran over and grabbed him. 50.8. Next Sunday, noon Eastern, showtime. Then regional action. You'll see one of these 3 games. Heat versus Magic, Sonics versus Pistons, Pacers versus Celtics in Boston. Then the final round of the Players' Championship at 3 Eastern. And then at 6:30 Eastern time, Doug and I will be at the Forum in L.A. It's the Lakers against the Knicks. That one rattles in, and Shaq is 3 of 10 at the line. Orlando asks for time. They still have 2 timeouts left. They trail by 8 with less than a minute remaining. With a sensational second half, the Lakers have shot 60% for the game. Actually 60.3 on 47 of 78. That's the best shooting percentage for a game by any team in the NBA this year.
We talked about how shooting is so vital to the Lakers. They'll now be 14-3 when they shoot over 45% of the game.
Armstrong out to Horace Grant. Too little, too late. I'll tell you what, you could be 82-0 in a full season when you shoot 60%. You go and shoot 60. I think 82-0 would be the outcome.
Absolutely. Well, the Lakers are looking good here with a 7-point lead. And Bob, I just got to take this time right now from all of us who work here today to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. Hope you have a great birthday with your family and stuff. You're the best in the business. I'm the luckiest man to work with you, buddy.
Thank you, my man. Thank you very much. Kobe Bryant can now pad his total, 34 points, 29 of them in the second half.
And lost in all this, when you look at the points, is that the Lakers really did it with their defense. Their defense created their offense. That's how they won the game.
Of secondary importance, but still worth noting, Shaquille O'Neal now returns to Orlando and is on the winning side against his old team. And there's a lot of animosity here. Bryant with the steal, and Anderson fouled him from behind. He completes it anyway, but the basket isn't going to count. But it means something to Shaq to win here, especially after they were getting clobbered and on the verge of being badly embarrassed on national television. A complete turnaround in this game, a 180.
But what happened also, too, was in the first quarter, you know, they went to Shaq all the time. And in the first half, he took 13 shots and had 16 points. You see, he has 19 shots for the game at 31 points. So only 6 shots in the second half. And his team is going to score over 70 points. Balance, Bob. You've got to have balance.
Kobe pouring it on with 37. Now 38, that's a career high. Armstrong, a lean-in 3 that spins out. Rice has the rebound. Still 12 seconds left. Harper circles back out. The Magic won't bother to foul. Rodman walks over to the Magic bench and shakes hands with Chuck Daly, who wishes him well and who, as we told you during the pregame show, has expressed concern about where all this will lead for Dennis Rodman. This was just seconds ago as the final seconds ticked away. Rodman was perhaps at his best and certainly at his most stable when playing for Daly. Shaquille O'Neal is with Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Shaquille, how important was this victory for you today coming back? There have been so many words exchanged between you and some of the other Magic players.
Yeah, we was having problems on the road. You know, we lost a tough one to Cleveland, we lost a tough one to Philly. So we just wanted to come here and win. I mean, I wasn't really worried about the Shaq left for Orlando, all that hoopla, blase. You know, we just needed a big win. And they came out, you know, they had their way the first half, but it was a gutsy performance by the Lakers squad.
Down 24 points. Did you feel as though you were going to be able to come back, or did this look like it was going to slip away?
My father, Sergeant Philip Harrison, never ever raised a quitter. So even if I'm down 50, as long as I'm on the court, there's still a chance for my team to win.
We're going to go across to Kobe with Ahmad Rashad. Thanks, Shaq.
All right, thanks, Jim. Boy, what a turnaround this game was. First half, you guys looked lethargic, no energy, and then all of a sudden, the second half, what happened in the locker room that changed the way you guys played the second half?
Well, we didn't want to lose 3 in a row. It's been a tough road for us, so in the second half, we really wanted to come out and be more aggressive than we were in the first half.
By winning against a team like this, I mean, one of the elite teams in the league, what does that do for your confidence as a team?
Well, it's a big confidence booster because you haven't been playing that well on the road. You know, I think it's going to give us a nice confidence boost, but at the same time, we got a tough game against Dallas Mavericks. That's a game that we can't fall asleep on, but it does do a great job for our confidence.
What about all the attention about Dennis Rodman? Is he here? Is he not there? Is he here? How does that affect the team?
Well, I don't think it really does. I think everybody still remain focused, but on the court, it's a different story because he does provide us with a lot of energy and does a great job on the board, so we did miss him.
Congratulations on a wonderful, wonderful performance today.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to you, Bob.